What as a defensive coach, what can you learn from guys out there 3 days into camp? Because you're not really hitting and really doing a lot of hitting.
It's really what can they take in, absorb, especially young guys, new guys. What's their learning curve? You're also getting a feel for how much you can have in, how much you can do, and expect them to play at a high level and be in the right spot.
Are you pretty happy with along those lines?
Yeah,
Are you
for the
pretty
most
happy
part.
what you've been able to get in?
For the most part, yeah. We've got quite a bit in just 3 days, and they've handled it fairly well. A couple of things I'm upset about right now from today, but other than that, no, we've had I think our ball disruption's been much better, getting our hands on a lot of balls and creating turnovers, punching the ball out, which is huge for our success.
When you took over last fall, I know you kept it pretty simple. How much more can you advance what you're able to do out there with the spring and now and the veterans that you have on this?
Yeah, I think the idea behind keeping your playbook small is the same. Now, different looks and how you change pictures and do all that, we can grow there. But as far as allowing our guys to play fast, that's always going to be the first thing in our minds when we start game planning or thinking about what we're adding to the defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you've fully settled into this role now that you have so much time and a full off season under your belt, or is there still kind of some stuff you're trying to figure out and fine tune?
I just, being around a lot of good D coordinators, I don't think you ever settle in. It's constantly changing, the game's constantly changing. But am I more comfortable? Absolutely. Yeah, do I feel better about, the day-to-day operation of things? For sure.
In these drills, your defense has been really stingy. Anything down the field. Are you liking what you're seeing out of that back group?
I am, yeah. They're doing a great job as far as challenging receivers. The safeties are doing a good job in rotation of defense and how we want to move with those guys. So I've been very happy with the back end so far, definitely.
Outside of your dad, is there anybody else you kind of leaned on during this off season to kind of advance what you're trying to do, and what kind of things might the person have told you?
Yeah, I mean, my dad's obviously a big one. Mark Banker's my next door neighbor, so we talk quite a bit. And then, just talking with Coach Smith and other defensive coaches around the country that I know, just trying to see what they're doing, hear what they're doing, even assistant coaches. What are you doing at these places? Yeah.
Is there one real good piece of advice you got from anybody that you kind of carrying into this?
The best one was trust what you believe in and don't let anyone talk you out of doing what you believe in. And so that's probably the best advice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest thing, Trent, you've gotten over the years, your whole life, from your dad when it comes to coaching defense?
Just the detail and discipline of the detail of the assignment. And so, and really making sure that that's constantly reinforced to our players, how they're supposed to move, where their eyes are supposed to be, and what their key tells them about how they're supposed to move. Those things that'll get you in a good or bad position right when the ball's snapped. That's probably the biggest thing.
Is there any guys specifically in that secondary that's really shown out so far? It seems like Catan has really been all over the place, and Ryan Cooper yesterday as well was really all over the ball.
Yeah, I think those two have shown up a lot just because of their ball production and getting their hands on the ball. But Alex and Ray have been great as far as not giving up deep balls, and still their hands are all over receivers and challenging them all the time. And so you don't see a lot of that production because the quarterback's not going to the ball with it. So,
what's your level of confidence that you guys can increase the amount of pressure you put on the quarterback?
I feel pretty good. I think the way we finished the year, and then what we've seen from spring till now, just even in basic four-man rush stuff, the way we're attacking and the way our front's playing has allowed them to transition and get to the quarterback better. Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen John McCartan take the field.
Yeah.
What do you hope he can achieve this season? What will he add to this linebacker group?
I hope he can add a lot of knowledge. He's a real sharp guy, knows how to not only what he's supposed to do up front and setting in the run game, but has a real good feel for coverage. So he's a guy that you feel you can do a lot with as far as dropping or rushing. Mm-hmm.
This is the first time Omar won't play alongside Avery.
Yep.
What have you noticed from him this offseason as he kind of steps into this leadership role?
Yeah, I think what you've seen from Omar is he's had to step up. He's now the veteran of the group. He's now the leader of the group. And so his vocal, leadership has stepped up. He does the right things, works hard, all that, but now the vocal part stepped up.
Trent, 30,000-foot view, what qualities about Jonathan have kind of allowed him to kind of take the incremental steps of the program each year? And I'm sure it's more complicated than one characteristic, but if you had to drill it down, like what stands out?
I just think he's very diligent about his work. the way he cares for our players. I think the buy-in from our guys and the belief that they have in him is huge. I think it always starts there. If they don't believe in you, they won't follow you. So I think he did a great job when he first got here of building that trust, and we all did as a staff of building that trust with the guys that were there and the guys that we continue to bring in. And I think that's probably the biggest thing he's done, is just built there's a great culture of just trust and a great relationship, rapport between coaches and players, which has been fun to see it grow.